What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Old Republic. Last episode, you guys, we finished helping the Empire kick the Republic off course. I think that's what we were doing. Out of that, provoking them until they shot first, basically, which they kind of did. We also took some, stuff. And now we're just waiting for it to kick in.
Codename Saber to Codename Leggett. We've been waiting for your all clear. Everything all right?
Things are going surprisingly well.
Glad to hear it. You're part of the team and we worry.
Aww.
Master Koth has another mission for you. He wants you heading to the Hoth system soon as possible. Contact him once you arrive. Saber out.
Yeah, I figured we were going to Hoth. No, I say figure, but in reality, I knew we were going to, because I've kind of memorized the, progression.
Cypher, join us. Vector and I were just discussing Moff Letshara.
We never met her, of course.
Quite fortunate, that. But Vector did know her husband, a fine Dejarik player and a scribe of the Ilfmar Gambit.
We apparently share the Doctor's taste in theatre.
Nice.
By all means, continue.
I wouldn't want to take your time, but Master Vector, we should talk again.
Of course, Doctor.
Your crew members are delightful people. For instance, did you know Mistress Kaleo is fluent in Kalish profanities? A rare and admirable skill. I wonder how you manage them. Leadership is such a delicate thing.
My team knows what they're doing.
A fine philosophy until one stabs you in the back. A dead or alienated colleague is a resource lost, and in...
Why did he dislike, I trust them? It's like, until I stab you in the back.
I appreciate the benefit of your experience.
And I appreciate your company. But I'm afraid I have to attend to my data analysis program.
Okay. Well, nice chatting with you, buddy. Let's see what Kaleo has to say.
You wanted to talk?
Hey, you're looking nice. Can we do this a little later? I've got something going on.
Oh?
Anything I should know about?
Nope, everything's good.
Kaleo, why don't we go back to my place? It's a lot warmer than... Oh.
Oh.
Get out of here, Devon.
It's Dibbin.
Out.
Who is this man and why is he on my ship?
And take your shirt with you. Sorry, he's just a guy. I think he's a dock worker or something. I found him the other night. We had a few drinks and I brought him here. Not a big deal, okay?
If it's not a big deal, you could have been up front.
Sorry, I didn't want you to know. Figured you'd get all possessive like we bonded for life. If you've got a problem, deal with it. I don't owe you anything.
I mean, you don't, but this is my ship. You can have a quickie anywhere.
I never said you owed me. I don't think I suggested it.
So what then? You're just gonna stand there? This is stupid, Agent. I'm gonna have a shower.
Yeah, I figured she'd disapprove. I didn't even try. But to be absolutely honest, I never really liked Kaleo anyway. So this doesn't surprise me.
We've been dreaming lately.
Again?
Great Spitcrete vessels weep dew above the castle lands. Their engines scorch the air. Dartship swarms shade the sky, humming a song of farewell. We remember the Great Migration, when the lost nests departed Alderaan.
You said no one knew what happened after the other Killiks left.
We still don't. But our travels have caused a buried memory to surface. In our dream, there is a mosaic that mirrors the stars and shows us the lost one's destination. We request leave For a pilgrimage, Agent. To follow the first steps of the migrant Killiks.
I don't see any harm in that.
It's been millennia since the migration, and we doubt we'll see more than dust or petrified shells. Still, the journey honors our kin. We're already packed.
Like, yeah, I was already packed. I just wanted to have permission before I left.
I'll be here when you're done. Take care of yourself.
And you.
That was quick.
So you made it back from your pilgrimage.
Our journey is over. We saw strange worlds and markers set in stone and frozen lakes of steaming colors, but no Killiks. The colony found planets that suited them, but none that could support them. They divided into 1,000 nests, each going its own way, to 100 different stars.
I know this isn't the end you were hoping for.
We forged a connection to the lost colony. Even if we didn't find it, this means a great deal. In any event, we're sorry. What? There is a scent here.
You're not giving up already. We apologize for surprising you, but it took time for us to become aware of your presence. More to find you. But we welcome you nonetheless. We are Daizana, of the Lesai Nest.
Daizana. I represent the Sith Empire, along with Vector Hillis.
Yes, but are you Vector?
Daizana of Lese. We are Dawn Herald of Oroboro.
Oroboro? We barely recognize the scent. We thought we'd lost the nests of Alderaan until you followed. Our fleet ship pursued you here. The colony still exists, spun across the stars. Our nests still kin. 1 trillion and more Killiks will dance and sing tonight.
She seems to like you, Vector.
She is a joiner, Agent. It's how we are.
Our emissaries are not far from your own. Let them touch and bring knowledge.
Yes, the Lese shall rejoice. She offers dancing and Membrosia the chance to walk the tunnels of the Synapse Comb.
The Dawn Herald must come with us. As his partner, you may accompany and share in our joy.
I think I'd just get in your way, but enjoy yourself.
We'll see you shortly, then.
Come, we begin.
That's nice. He actually found what he was looking for. Well, more likely they found him, but same difference.
You've brought together an ancient people. It is a great gift. We hear the singing of 1,000 nests, and we are at peace.
I'm glad you're in high spirits. Call it a day, then.
Agreed, Agent.
That's already, like, so nice. Alright, to Hoth. Honestly, was how warm it's been. Where I live, some nice cold would be nice. Or appreciate it, I should say. Nice. Yeah, the nice would be nice, yeah. Ah, there it is.
Codename Legate to Base Command. Come in, Base Command.
Base Command receiving, Margaret. Don't be surprised if I cut out. The whole Hoth system is murder on the comms. And not so good for people, either.
I'll keep the signal clear. What's my mission?
Hoth's a frozen rock, not worth much on its own. But years back, it saw one of the war's biggest battles. Hundreds of ships got dragged into the atmosphere, made a sort of a starship graveyard for the best girls in the fleet. You're going to bring one home.
There's going to be a catch.
It's a war zone down there. Republic salvage operations, Imperial saboteurs, and the White Maw. A few thousand pirates who want the scrap for themselves. Plus the Starbreeze is a Mu-type shuttle. Slip of a thing. Haven't been able to locate her in the wreckage. Our only lead is inside the Imperial Army.
That explains why you needed a defector.
We have reports that Lyak Davos, an Imperial admiral who fought in the Battle of Hoth, is assembling an expedition to the Starship Graveyard. He's after a long list of salvage, the Starbreeze included. Join Admiral Davos and get that shuttle to us instead.
You'll have the ship before the Admiral knows it's gone.
Codename Hunter will contact you from the field. He's en route to Hoth now. In the meantime, talk to Admiral Davos' search and recovery men at the Imperial base and get the Starbreeze back. You have no idea how important she is.
I really don't. Well, I think Hoth might be where we get one, like a new crewmate. But I know our last crewmate is not going to be for a while. At least not until... I forget the name of the planet. We'll get there when we get there. This looks important. Hello. Hello.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Adama space station. I gather this visit is because you'll be traveling through to the surface of Hoth.
No, actually, I took a wrong turn somewhere. Can you give me directions?
That's the intent.
I'll be scanning you so I can customize your cold weather equipment. Then I'll arrange your briefing. There we are. As you're on the VIP list, Lieutenant Halpern will brief you. He's in the theatre. Good day.
Oh, nice chatting with you. As in rail.
Good to have you with us. The men were wondering if they'd get to see the VIP. Ostensibly, the conflict on Hoth is over salvage from a battle that happened above the planet. In reality, it is our trap for the Republic.
I think I know what this is about. Basically, they want to make Hoth seem like it's much more of a big deal than it actually is. So that the Republic will be forced to allot a lot more resources and attention to Hoth. Attention that, well, still resources that could have been used elsewhere. Kind of draining the Republic, essentially.
I hadn't heard anything about a trap on Hoth. Explain.
The fight with the Republic has lasted for years now. The objective on Hoth is not to end the battle, but to sustain it.
Yep.
We want our forces small and mobile, and while the Republic keeps chasing victory, we bleed them dry of personnel and equipment.
I think I've heard enough.
If you say so, sir.
But yeah, that makes sense.
Sir, forgive the interruption. I brought by your survival equipment.
We were just finishing, Ensign.
This should keep your core body temperature up. When you're ready, report to a pilot in the shuttle bay for transport to the planet.
Colonel Vanis at Dawn Base will be waiting for you. Good luck down there.
Alrighty. I think I thought that was another player. Maybe it was. I'll never know.
Satellite's dead. What do your people know about Grid Alpha 9?
Pirate territory, heavily fortified.
Can you get me numbers?
Perhaps, but our manpower is limited.
Manpower? Excuse me. Captain Leo Firth, search and recovery. Saw your docking authorization. You must be our visitor from intelligence.
Cypher 9. I'm on unattached wartime duty, here to see Admiral Davos.
Sergeant, you're dismissed. The Chiss Ascendancy has been operating on Hoth for years. Useful, But let's not kid ourselves. So, what's your business with the Admiral?
I understand he's leading a team to the starship graveyard. I intend to join him.
Then you're out of luck. He left base with his expedition 36 hours ago. Long-range comms are almost useless in this weather. You want to wait? He'll be back in a few weeks.
Give me his last known location and I'll be going.
Look, there might still be a crew at the expedition launch site. It's where the Admiral's supply line to the starship graveyard starts. But trying to reach the launch point now is suicide. Weather's bad, and there are Republic commandos in the area.
I don't plan to stay out longer than I have to. But Admiral Davos isn't leaving without me.
Understood, sir. I hope you find what you're after.
Same. It'd be rather awkward if we didn't. So I love Eckerd just coming in, Logan or whatever his name was, just running in once the cutscene's over.
Here's what I got. Look quick if you want. Bring your creds back anytime.
Sounds like a super shady dealer. Oh, come on. Oh, wait. Whoops. I almost missed the, actual objective. I don't know, teach me to just ignore shit.
End of the line. Everybody out. You've got a meeting with Commander Triton.
I don't answer calls from anyone less than a moth.
I don't know how to tell you this, but Commander Triton's all we have listed. I'm sure he can fill you in on the story.
Okay. So I guess Logan didn't like I was being rude, but you know. Yeah, level it up.
Your advice boils down to doing nothing, and that I cannot do.
Sir, I respect your bravery, but if you see this through personally, you will be dead. And whose leadership will we have then? Ah, the agent. It's good you've arrived. This is Commander Triton, and I am his advisor, Udris.
Lieutenant Halpin sent word you would be coming, and we've never had greater need of you.
Colonel Vanis, the commander of this base, is missing. We fear he's dead, along with all the most experienced men from this base.
What's the situation?
The Colonel went out to investigate evidence of a possible spy probe near the ice lake. He was under heavy guard.
We received a distress call. It was obvious he found trouble.
Obviously.
Scout 1 to Dawn Base! Heavy casualties! Taking heavy casualties! We're under attack! We can't see the...
Recordings don't frighten me. I'll go see if I can find out what happened.
Our best case scenario is that Colonel Vanis' communications tipped off the Republic, and he's gone quiet.
But if I were out in that cold, I'd have called for a rescue. If you can find the Colonel, everyone on this base is in your debt.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Also, it really won't matter, honestly, but in between episodes, when I was going up to my ship, I stood underneath the elevator because I'm like, okay, you know, let's see what damage happens. Nothing, actually. Literally nothing. But, you know, a little disappointing. Not gonna lie. Just a little bit. I mean, I didn't want to, you know, die.
Exceptionally bracing weather this planet.
Yep. It'll brace you alright. It's just pretty solid. wonder if we're gonna be able to just run straight over there. Don't think so. Maybe we could have. Based on the fact that there is now a bonus objective, I'm going to take a shot in the dark, hee, and assume that we're in the right spot. Oh, hello. Don't know why, but having a creature that primarily exists in, like, cold places, using a flamethrower just seems weird. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. Thank you for the help. Appreciate it. Oh, hello, malevolent star Tyrannicus. It's nice that we have the same objective. Let's look on the same place. Probably. Let's find out. I don't say I like that little team up we had. Yeah, we actually were. Huh. There go miracles.
I found Colonel Varnis. He was dead, murdered by Republic Tals.
Tals. That would make sense. Cold adapted, Republic aligned. I've not killed their kind before. What about you, Commander?
What? Yes, of course.
The base awaits your orders, Commander.
We are having deep morale issues in the forward outpost. I must show them that we can triumph without Colonel Varnis. Now is the time for reprisals. These chittering animals will not get away with this. I want 10 of the Republic to suffer for every one of ours dead. I want every last Tolls wiped out, their heads on sticks out in the frost.
I don't normally do massacres, but today isn't normal.
Yes, but any campaign of extermination must be predicated by knowing how many of the enemy there are. A covert action is advisable, or we'll end up wiping out one group and causing the rest to go into hiding. I have data arrays we could install in their communications link. If we did that, we could locate and estimate their numbers before we hit them.
They weren't carrying handheld comms. They've probably got way stations. I can bug those.
This sounds plausible. As much as I hate to admit it, Udris is usually right about these things.
Commander! Come in, Commander!
Go ahead, Scout 5.
We found a nest of Tolls on the ice lake. Too many to engage. Transmitting coordinates now.
Our luck is changing. If we can get those arrays into whatever they're using for communications, we'll soon know what we need.
When you're done, report to the forward outpost. It's closer to the lake, and the men there can see your success in person.
Yeah. Is this better than what I have? Yep. Yep. That nice little team up was enjoyable while it lasts. I imagine they're just doing the same shit I am. So I don't know what these are. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say they're like quest objectives or something. I don't know. All I know is they're not really important to what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna ignore them. Honestly, apart from how fucking annoyingly cold it must be, like this, like Hoth seems like a pretty nice place, you know. Obviously, if I was a part of the Imperial military, I wouldn't want to get assigned here ever, but I live in the Midwest. This is pretty normal, all things considered. Like, it's either freezing cold, blistering hot, or some combination of the two. Oftentimes on the same day. Or the same week, at the very least.
Packed and ready, Admiral. Unless you're worried about the captain's flare.
No. We cannot wait.
Intruder alert.
They are a bit on edge, don't you think?
Officer, I am Admiral Davos, commander of this expedition. You were not expected.
I have full authorization to be here. Is there a problem?
You must excuse our caution. Hoth is not a world that forgives mistakes, a lesson that scarred me long ago.
Weapons down, everyone.
You
We
just
are in
now
the
did
midst of a
that?
delicate operation. These men are preparing to follow me to the starship graveyard.
The Minister of Intelligence says I'm to assist your men and ensure the interests of the Empire.
I see. Months ago, I could have accommodated this.
Not now.
Now, I'm afraid we approach the crisis point, and I cannot afford additional risk. Commander, torture him and find out what he knows.
What?
Then kill him.
Well, that escalated quickly. God damn.
Count me a scratch.
Like, what kind of shitty shit are they up to? Ah, I got a phone call. Excuse me.
You're still alive. Don't bother returning to base. Captain Firth is gone and Admiral Davos bribed most of the others.
You were with Search and Recovery?
Correct. There is a location beyond the frozen lake. You'll find answers. Coordinates sent.
Have you been watching me?
We've been watching the sensors. Picked up blaster fire and assumed things had gone wrong.
Smart.
Go. Fent out.
Yeah, that's, pretty suspicious, you know? A member of Imperial Intelligence shows up being like, hey, I've been ordered to kind of help you guys out, because, you know, I got my own objectives in the area, and that bitch are like, hey, if you're gonna be there, you might as well help everyone else, you know, help the Empire. Okay. Yeah, since we're practically right there anyway, might as well get to the coordinates. No sense in not doing that. What happens if I just go straight there? Hello, Tauntauns. Oh wait, this is the whole area. I do not want to be in here. Nope. No siree, Babooski. I do not want to deal with that. To be honest, even the first time I ever played this game, I never bothered with the heroic shit. Mainly because that's the kind of stuff that would probably be better off if you had like a full team with you. Like a full squad. Presumably of like equally ranked players, you know. But unfortunately I don't have that luxury. I wish I did. But I don't, so we gotta make do with what we got. I was literally about to jump down the hole, being like, how far down is the elevator? Turns out it was actually not that far.
Well, as secret bases go, this isn't bad at all.
And there's a future crewmate.
Sorry for not contacting you sooner. No one thought Admiral Davos's men would actually start shooting. Ensign Rena Temple, Chiss Expansionary Defense Force. Welcome to Zero Station.
Warmth on Hoth at last. A pleasure to meet you, Ensign.
I know you're just saying that because I'm practically frostbitten. Come on, I'll show you around. This is a top-secret Chiss Ascendancy installation. Self-sufficient, running in parallel with the above-ground outposts. Paranoia at work.
But our paranoia paid off.
And this is our base commander, Aristocra Saganu.
Ensign Temple speaks highly of Imperial intelligence. She convinced me the Admiral Davos situation warranted bringing you in.
He ordered his men to torture me. I'd like to know why.
My agents have been watching Admiral Davos for months. We became suspicious when he brought in his own crew, officers loyal to him, and covered it with bribes. Lately, he brought heavy equipment and guns, built an army for his expedition to the Starship Graveyard. You threatened his control.
A career admiral doesn't commit treason out of the blue.
He must be after the Graveyard's salvage, prototype technology, military databanks. It could make him unimaginably wealthy. I won't proceed without Imperial sanction. Grant it, and we can stop Admiral Davos and his plans together.
Yeah, sure, why not?
I'm in. What's our next move?
That's not
The
thinking,
White
but
Moor
okay.
pilots control the wastelands between here and the Starship Graveyard. The Admiral's been sending his people out there for weeks.
My scouting party caught them burying some sort of supply caches. We don't know what the Admiral's caches are for, but if you could get us reconnaissance scans, they might give us a lead on the man himself.
These drop points, any ideas at all?
Emergency supplies, deliveries to the pirates. We just don't know.
These are the drop point locations. Contact me when you get the scans, and we'll find our man. Chiss honor.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Ensign Temple. That's great and all, but you're not Chiss, so saying Chiss honor doesn't have the same impact. Oh, this is even a worse knife than what I have. Either way, guys, I think I'm gonna leave it off here. Like I said earlier, Rena Temple, she's gonna be our new crewmate at the end of this Hoth expedition, as well as basically our romance option. Oh, technically we could possibly romance anyone on our crew, but I'm not gonna do that. That's just my personal preference, you know. If you want, you know, some cipher-doctor relationship, I'm not gonna say no, but I will be a little reluctant to, you know, either way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave a like on this video. Comment down below on, of all the planets we've been to thus far, which one has been your favorite to, like, just wander around and explore? Like, if you could go anywhere on that planet, where do you want to go? Don't forget to go check out my other series on my channel, if you wouldn't mind. I'd really appreciate it. Don't forget to go check out my brother Zero's Twitch channel. I'm sure he'd appreciate your company very much. And I'd also really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe and join my alliance. It'd really mean a lot to me. Especially considering my birthday is coming up in a week. So, we'll see what happens. Great, nudge, nudge. Anyway, bye.